Yep. Finish off one of the balls this here. Finish off one of them down there. He don't know. He don't know shit about what? Damn, Pat Pete really like that? What fucking graphics that?
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle. With the Cleveland Browns. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
You gonna watch the share play? I'm up for it, you know. How many viewers I got? Hold up real quick. I got 2 viewers, little bro.
Me and somebody else.
Well, I'm trying to get my viewers up.
Ready. Here we go.
I'm gonna get careful right now.
4 down.
Oh shit, don't take him like you can hold his hand.
No, I turn that shit off. Unless you can hear me.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And from the 25, they work this to the...
What the fuck?
When you was playing Chart Bass, you was on this joint snapper.
I know, and that's not fun. I can hear me. It definitely is back on. Yo, who keep doing this? You should be able to hear me.
Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Now Hungley. He's going to loft one deep left side. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted.
I know you're hurt, man.
Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU.
And I got Greedy on that.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's got a first down and then
I need a running back with
he gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. First play of the drive going for 14.
I need crackhead
and a
speed at
first
running
down.
back because this shit ain't. He's so good. Who?
The 94 people.
Give me somebody.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Let's go, fellas.
What you making now?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Under 10, under regular.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, that was bad.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking
All right
now. I
He's
hope
right
there's
to that
not
jump.
negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Oh, look at this game, bro.
With Johnson.
They saved this nigga out the end
Second wave
zone.
of tacklers is going to get him as they
They
stop him behind the
saved this
line.
nigga out the end zone.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throw left side complete to Isabella. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing, Hundley.
And Isabella a little fast to get out there. He's good, too. He just threw that bitch up. And of course, Marcus May dumbass wasn't paying attention.
And Isabella taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will
That's because
go
Marcus May dumbass
7-0.
asleep.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down.
Look at this. That was some bullshit.
The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Defensively, here you're facing a top 5
He
team
will
in
not go
terms of
down.
points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power,
But of course, everybody on the floor in the weigh-in shot can't go nowhere.
Hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Oh, come on. This is easy.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year. It's Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
All right, we're going to win this game defensively because offensively, this ain't that.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to be
need it all game, man.
sacked back at the 45-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald.
Come on, Greedy.
And he is tackled
I'm gonna have to
inside
take
the
you off
40,
because you
not
can't cover
quite
him.
to the 35. First grab for Fitzgerald. He's got a first down.
I'm trying to take.
Hundley now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Here you go, Sherbert.
Check three.
I don't know his name.
On 2nd and 9. Hundley.
Garrett.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Watch tight end. 4 down. Check it. 4 down. Here we go. Watch 7.
They'll drop the throw. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Brett Hundley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
If he'd have
And he'll get
fumbled off,
across the
would have
20
got.
before he's brought down at about the 23-yard
Look in
line.
the playbook. That's all I know.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They go with Chubb on 2nd
Damn,
down.
bro.
He is going to be stopped cold
Who's on that
behind the
D-line?
line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield.
And then Baker throws a duck. Yo, what the fuck is going
A
on?
curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent
throws
field
a duck.
position.
Why is my audio coming on? I don't like that shit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. Touchdown, Cardinals. And Isabella with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 36, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a throw here to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said, and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
46, 180. They can't hang with that.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Matchbox lights. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boy, still a half plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, let's get set lunch.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now a man who punted for the Browns in 2015, Andy Leon, to kick it away, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tight down. There you go.
Final play of the half. Mayfield caught left side. It's Beckham. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They go to Johnson again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Demarius Randall. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Exit.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Let's go, guys.
From the 36, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deontay Thompson, the rookie from Bama. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we got a backup who's warmed up and is coming to the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Bravo.
On first and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First down, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Terrell Suggs has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
49-yard line.
Set. 6 yards. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for Andy Isabella.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3rd down and 12 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Flushed out right. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll go option to the short side. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run it with Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Again, it's Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, this is Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This will be fielded at the 17. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Come on, set. Henry. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Howie.
Let it go.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Cardinals, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Browns, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
took me so long getting